First of all, I would like to thank Edward for inviting me here, also the BDTA Association. I'm very happy to join this Congress, but let's move to the content of my presentation. Some words about me. My name is Roberto Redaelli. I'm a project manager for the Research and Innovation Department of R+I. R+I is an Italian company dealing with the digitalization of the construction industry since 1990. We strongly believe in the digital transformation of the construction industry, starting from BIM, and we follow both product innovation and methodological innovation. The three goals that you can see here are the main themes that we're focusing in the last few years: productivity, sustainability, and security. And we do so with different departments and other strategies in the company. I belong to the Research and Innovation Department, as I said. We also have a Digital Transformation Engineering Department, which is more focused on development, and also a startup on blockchain. And we strongly also believe in collaborating in clusters and associations, like the BDTA, of course, and creating innovative synergies with other partners all around Europe. Yeah, more or less, I already said those are the two main topics that help me in following the topic of my presentations, which is in fact on working group 9 of the CEN TC 442. We also participate to the Green Building Council Italy in different working groups, trying to follow this sort of synergy between digitalization and sustainability. But getting to the point, before me, also Angelo and other guys talked about the CEN TC 442 with different working groups. Here I just making a table the different working groups, and of course me and other colleagues from R+I contributing to several of those working groups. I'm observer both for the WGS6 for infrastructure and WG9 for digital twins in built environment, guided by Edward. In the right part of the slide, you can see the main goal of the working group, which is about standardize in the field of structured information for digital twins applied to the built environment. What is funny about this group is that we started in 2023 with the idea of creating a technical report. We started discussing about giving definitions of what the digital twin could be, but then according to the convener, we agreed to focus more on the use cases. So that's more or less the title of this technical report, which number is 18077, which is under votation, and the closure of the vote should be around June this year. And this document has written right there, collates the use cases of digital twins applied to the built environment, including, of course, infrastructure. Many projects, many use cases seen today in the workshop in the morning and also in the presentations are somehow related to this kind of collection. And of course, the use cases were obtained, as said, from CEN expert and related EU research projects. So what we decided to do in the technical report is to identify common characteristic with the possibility to support the establishment of further standardization work. So trying to summarize, the group collected around 40 cases, 37 will be considered admittable. And the funny thing is that we find different types of digital twins according to different point of view, as you can imagine. And of course, focus on different uses and also asset types and phases of the design process. For example, operation, construction, design, and whatever. And even if we find out some civil infrastructure cases, building residential, building tertiary, and the main uses were, of course, several also in that case, going to maintenance, operation, heritage, and simulation even. So the group decided to collect some cases. Here I place one of those, which come from a national research project that involve R+I with our companies, with the logos right there. Some very quick words about it. We decided to create the digital twin of an existing co-working building. creating a sort of interactive 3D model in order to navigate inside the different spaces and of course inspect the information coming from the IoT sensors and all the data collected on site. As you can see here, the player could move around the alleys, the different rooms, could reach different spaces, and of course we also create a sort of training simulation for special events like fire event, where you can simulate a critical or particular situation inside the building in order to train people to how to behave in a safe way. Moving on, another example is slightly different because it's related more to a sort of technical marketing purpose for an H2E electrolyzer performed for this company, which is called H2 Energy, focused on the production of the hydrogen. And they ask us to create these digital twins. And we do so with a German partner. We'll speak later in this Congress. And the main goal of this digital twin is, as said, focus on the technical marketing. So we decided to get the videos and the photo for the model in order to create a photorealistic version of the container and all the parts of the plant, in order to give the detail to the users or the possible prospect of the technology itself. And even more, we're arriving in a few seconds inside the video in order to get information about different components of the plant by simply clicking and inspecting the data of what you're looking inside the model. And that could be a sort of base of creating further use of the digital twins, even for connecting the system to some IoTs or control device or whatever. Anyway, another case also included in the technical report managed by us is somehow related to a technical marketing maintenance oriented bridge, where we provide a sort of 3D web photorealistic digital twin for a bridge focused on, as written in some of this text, related to the possibility for the user to interact with various type of bridge degradations and the possibility to apply different kind of materials directly through the interface. But getting to the point, the case collection of the different case studies in the built environment for the technical report brought the working group to obtain a sort of grouping following similar characteristics of the different digital twins. And so we decided to define 14 use cases, apply as a main use or a secondary use for each of the 37 digital twin use cases collected by the expert. So as you can see here, the use cases goes from design optimization, construction optimization, safety training, marketing, test lab, whatever. Very different. It was a really good point, because if we try to get to some conclusions of the technical report, as I said, we could identify that we find out mainly tertiary buildings and infrastructures, and also that some case studies are representing fictitious physical asset, because sometimes digital twin is not always related to an existing asset. It could be also related to fictitious one. The targets, as I said, were related mainly for constructive operations and dedicated operative of the asset, even if we have a special test lab. And also the additional purpose, like I mentioned before, for the Samba project, with the training or the technical marketing for the other cases. And another interesting point was to underline the replication potential of the different use cases, because some of them have common characteristics with the others, and of course could be used again in a scalable form for different cases. So the conclusion of the technical report brought us to say that the analysis of the use cases allowed the development of a standardized framework and definition for digital twins, and that's exactly where we are now. 2024, with a new work item proposal, was anticipated by also Angelo, related to definition, in this case, of concept and definitions inside this new work item that could be somehow circulated around August, if I remember correctly. And the goals in this case is to define the framework for digital twins in built environment, including, of course, terms and definition, the relation with BIM, and considering also other ongoing work like the 31733 2023 digital twin concept and terminology by ISO IEC. So more or less, I hope to have stayed in time and good to see you.